Today, I will be talking about how I started my YouTube channel and where we are with it now. If you have been subscribed to me all this time, I really do appreciate you because you really did stick it through. I remember my first YouTube video and it was so patchy. Man, the video is still up. It was so pitchy. I had like church music in the background. Sometimes you couldn't hear me. My voice was going out. I was like kind of whispering because it's like I was so new to it. Even thinking back to like my first public interview, I was like kind of nervous, but I kind of jumped right into it. But at the same time, I was just kind of like, I don't know. But then you could see my progress by the time that I did like my seventh video. I walked up to people like, okay, cool. Like, I know this now. And that's what I love about like YouTube and like vlogging and like everything I do, because I can literally go back to the video and see my progress. And it's one of the best things in the world. Being able to see your progress has to be so, it's like it just feels so rewarding to me. Like I literally see where I came from since freshman year, as far as like as a person, as far as a content creator, as far as like the type of content that I'm putting out and everything. Like I really like the fact that I began YouTube, and honestly, if I could go back, the only thing I would have done was do it sooner. So if you're thinking about vlogging, if you're thinking about doing anything, start today, start now. The time is now. And not to sound cliche, but it's no better time than today, other than yesterday probably. But no, thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all been sticking it out with me this long. Right now, my channel is sitting at about 867 subscribers, I believe, somewhere around there. My goal is 1,000 by the time March hit. So I'm gonna try and stay consistent. I know I'll be promising to stay consistent, so I won't make that promise anymore because I know that life gets pretty crazy and pretty busy really fast. And I don't want to overwhelm myself, and I also don't want to put out content that's trash content or just not the type of quality that I'm looking to put out. So I won't make any empty promises, but I will say I will try to stay consistent this time around. I've been doing pretty good at that, honestly, lately. And even if you haven't been seeing my content, it's probably because I've uploaded on different platforms. I try to stay consistent across all my platforms, but it can be pretty tricky when you're also in school, you're working, and this, that, and the other. Not to give excuses, because it could have got done. Don't get me wrong. If I really wanted it, it would have been done. So, with that being said, I will try to get it done this time around because in this very moment, I really want it. But the one thing I feel like I need to stick to is not moving on temporary things, such as like right now I'm shooting this video because I have the motivation for it. I was really feeling like, okay, I got all the tools, all the resources. I've been had all the resources and everything I needed to get this done, but I haven't done it because sometimes I just won't feel like shooting. Sometimes I'll be shooting, I'll be like, I don't have good lighting. Other times it'll be like I don't have this, that, and the other, or sometimes it'll just be like, I don't want to, I'll do it tomorrow. Just procrastination. And that's not good for me or anybody else, because I know it's Emmy. It's Emmy, it's on me, it's all around me. But no, nonetheless, so when I first started YouTube, I started off as just letting my YouTube channel know what my skincare journey was, because if you knew me from a young age, I used to have extremely bad breakouts. They were extremely bad since grade maybe fourth. I want to say fourth grade, I had extremely bad breakouts, and it became to a point where like I would actually like be touching my face a lot, so it left like dark spots and blemishes and so forth, and it just really wasn't looking good. So now that I when I started YouTube, I first began showing like where my skin was, and I had this product. It was called Moonex Cosmetics, and it was like really popular, and I was just giving a review on it, and that video kind of went up, like it hit like 300 like views, and it was crazy because that was my first video, so I was like really surprised. And I was basically saying like the product just really didn't work, and it actually broke my skin out, and the company reached out to me, and they wanted to like collab or send me some more stuff just so I can retry it. But at that point, I was just like, what I was using before Moonage Cosmetics was kind of working. It was working slow, but it was kind of working. So I'm gonna just go back to that because I really need my skin clear. And today, if you know me, then you know my skin is looking much better. I will be doing a video, I'll try to do a video on that and let y'all see like my natural skin without like no makeup. And when I first wake up, breath stinking, breath stinking, hair not done, bonnet on, you know, fresh off the wake up, no shower. What? Fuck yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, I'll try to show y'all my natural skin and everything to show y'all where I'm at with it. I'll show y'all like my current routine and everything like that because I really did come a long way with that. Honestly, like I won't say it's one of my biggest accomplishments, but it is something that I'm really proud of because it took a lot. Honestly, my biggest motivation for it was one of my YouTube videos. And it was one, I never told nobody this, but it was one of my videos where it was like, rate me from like 1 to 10, and everybody was like rating me 7s, and I knew I was fresh, so I knew that wasn't the problem. My hair was done. My hair was tea. It had too much ice. I said light ice. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was like rate me 1 to 10. Everybody was rating me like 7s. I think I got like 1 8 and like most of them like 6 7s. But I was like fresh, and I was really considering like, oh, okay, what is it? What is it? What is it? And I noticed that like it was really the fact that like my skin was really bad. So that's what really kind of motivated me to be like, okay, let me actually do something about this. Because I was doing something about it before, but it was like, I wasn't as proactive with what I was doing. So after that video, I kind of just started taking actual care of like everything that I had going on. And then eventually it just started clearing up once I started putting in the work for it. So YouTube actually helped me, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for those people being honest and stuff like that. But yeah, so nonetheless, I started off with skincare, and then I moved on to public interviews, which is where a lot of my subscribers came from, locked in. But no, so I would go to the mall, I would go to like public events, and I would be like, hey, you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel? Hey, you want to subscribe to my, like, random strangers? I would go up to them and be like, hey, you look nice, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I actually meant it. Like, if I ever gave you a compliment, trust me, I do not just like go around flattering people just so they can do like, I'm so sorry. I do not be doing that. I know it's a good tactic to probably use, but I don't know. It just never felt genuine when I would do it, and it would always make me feel icky. So if I ever have given you a compliment, I really did mean that. I love giving compliments. I love making people feel good. But nonetheless, I would go to public events and be like, hey, subscribe to my channel. And then I would be like, hey, do you want to actually be in a video? And I did, like, the first video I think I did was like something you never told your parents. And honestly, it's not a video that I probably should have been doing, but I was just getting my feet wet with the YouTube stuff. So I'm not ashamed of it, or I'm not going to be like, oh, like I wish I wouldn't have done that, because I've learned, it was a learning experience, and I'm so glad for that experience. It taught me so much, and it got me to where I am now, where I'm able to sit here and speak to y'all without being nervous, without being, this, that, and the other. I can go to public events now. I can go up to people and like start networking immediately. And all of those skills, or not all of them, but a lot of those skills did come from my YouTube experience. So thank y'all. I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all really helped me become the person that I am. Doing this has really helped me become the person that I am. And honestly, I'm still learning and I'm still growing, but I feel like I'm a pretty cool person. Not to say that I'm the best person in the world, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. But I do really appreciate that experience. So anyway, then I did the video of like, how much is your outfit? I did that video a couple times. I did the vlog with my family, where it's like I was going down different family members, asking them like, oh, who's your favorite family member, stuff like that. And they were actually giving like legit answers, and I was like, I was not expecting that. I was thinking like everybody was gonna say, oh, like I don't have a favorite, but no, they were giving real answers, and I was like, okay. So no, then I did the whole video of like, what's the biggest red flag? That's when the red flag thing was like really trending and really popular. It had just dropped. I might actually go back into doing like public interviews. I don't feel like a lot of streamers do. I think they stopped because of the malls started cracking down on like people doing vlogs and stuff in the malls and stuff. It was crazy. I will tell y'all, like, one time I went to the mall and they almost tackled us. I'm gonna do a YouTube video on this. They almost tackled us because we was in the mall vlogging. Like, or I don't know if my brother told anybody about this, but we never told nobody about this. They almost tackled us for vlogging in the mall, y'all. I'm gonna do a story time, but nonetheless, I was just doing public interviews, and the more that I would do, the more confidence I would have going up to people, asking them to be in the video, and actually like being comfortable going like bantering with people, like playful bantering. The reason I stopped doing my public interviews was because one of my videos, it was on Western Campus. I had said something to someone, and though it was bantering, usually people just brush it off, and it's like it's kind of funny. I didn't like the impact that that had on one of the people, on two of the people in the no, one of the people in that video, but a different person in a different video on Western Campus. I just didn't like the impact that it had on them that day and afterwards. I could literally physically see it like in real life, in real timing, and it didn't make me feel good. Cause I had to realize like, okay, though it's banter, though it's funny to the people watching, it's not always funny to the person, especially if that's not the way that the kid, like they don't do that. Like if they're not that type of person to go back and forth, like, oh, this, that, and the other. Some people will take it personal, and I'm not gonna say that like it's always on you to like watch um everybody's feelings around you, but it is important for me to feel like I'm not making anyone feel bad about themselves, about their circumstance, about anything that they have going on in life. I didn't like the way that made me feel. I didn't like the way that that made them feel. And that was my last public interview. But now that I feel like I've grown and I know, like, I feel like I have a good sense of how I make people feel and what I should and shouldn't say, or better judgment of that. I feel like I can get back into public interviews without having that impact on them. Hopefully, hopefully so. I think I've grown enough, hopefully. But nonetheless, so then I just began like doing more college vlogs or just vlogs overall. I got into like the doing a the interviews with upcoming Chicago artists, and then I actually started my series on Chicago upcoming artists, and that was kind of a hit. I really like doing those up until a point where like it was getting really hard to find really good Chicago artists, and I was running into a lot of music artists that really didn't sound good to me. Not to say it in that way, but it just wasn't my style of music, and I noticed that my interest in music was beginning to change, and then it was like, okay, maybe I need to drop this series. So I might be doing one more of those in that series, maybe a couple more in that series, but honestly, I don't think that's something that I'll do long term because my interest in music is shifting. I think it's just with age, like just getting older, you don't want to listen to rap all the time, and the new rap isn't just like the type of music that I listen to, honestly, unless it's like really hitting on some, Baby Chief, do it. But other than that, yeah, so then after the public interviews, and then I did the upcoming artists and artist interviews, and the vlogs, and then I began to do the probates for the fraternities and sororities and Greek life. So I would just like film them and then upload them to my channel. And then I would just do college things, such as like what you should bring to college, pros and cons, stuff like that. And then I would just begin to vlog like different things around campus. Like if it was a really big event on campus, such as like a performance or anything like that, I would upload it on my channel just for them to be able to go back and look at it and stuff like that. Then I just like, continue to vlog and stuff. Of course, like the public events that I would go to, the Greek events in the summer, or just like days with my friends and stuff like that. And now I'm at a point where I'm trying to shift my content into more curated and more specific things. So hopefully, if I stay consistent, everything will come into play. And that's just what that is. But that's a majority of like what content I've been shooting. And I feel like when I first started, I had 0 subscribers, literally. And I've been doing YouTube, I think maybe it's been 4 years now, on and off. Like on and off. My first video dropped 5 years ago, but when I actually became consistent, that was about 4 years ago. And then when I stopped doing YouTube, I stopped doing YouTube 2 years ago, or not stopped, but I kind of took a pause, and it was like on and off with it. Um, and then like, but the way that I built my audience was just like connecting with people. Everybody I met, I would always say hey. I would always say, hey, do you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel? I'm a YouTuber, or I'm a vlogger, or this, that, and the other. And I would just get them to subscribe. Other times people would just find my channel due to like what I was posting and this, that, and the other. So that's really how I grew my subscribers. Right now I have 65 videos public, open, or visible to the public eye. Overall, I think I do have about maybe 75 videos. um but yeah, that's just the gist of how I started my YouTube channel. And usually I would literally just hold my hand up like this and vlog with my phone like this until I got my tripod. Once I did get my tripod, sometimes I'll use it, sometimes I don't. As far as my lighting, I usually use like just ring lights, or I did go to Home Depot and buy an actual light that everybody loved. They've been begging me, asking me where I got it from, and I would tell them. Then they would just ask to buy mine. No, thank you, I'm okay. But no, so I would usually use that light. As far as gear when it comes to content, I don't feel like I really need gear as of right now. I'm not consistent enough for me to be like, okay, I need to buy this, I need to buy that. I feel like consumerism kind of wants us to do that, but I also realized that if I've been able to do it all of this time without any gear other than like a tripod and lighting or like a little light or whatever, then I don't need that. I may get a camera soon because my brother already has a camera and like he sells cameras and stuff like that. So that may be something I get into, but we'll figure that out later. As far as like what my content will be about, I guess you'll have to stay subscribed to my channel to see. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do that. But overall, if you feel like you want to do YouTube, just get into it. And if you don't, because the thing is, if you don't like it, you can always stop. And if you're like ashamed or scared or nervous or like you just don't want everybody to see you, usually with YouTube, your YouTube videos will not find the people in your phone. Like on TikTok, if you upload on TikTok, your contacts might come across your videos easier. But if it's on YouTube, unless your video blow up really fast, really soon, and it becomes like something that's posted across all social medias, then usually you don't have to worry about people finding you. So it's much easier to like just talk to your phone and stuff. And the more you do it, you'll feel less nervous and stuff. So if you're thinking about it, I always tell people, please do it. It teaches you so much. You learn so much from it. You gain so much experience. And honestly, it's just a really good thing to be able to do, a really good skill to have. If you need any tips as far as editing, I use CapCut. I started off using iMovies when I first got into editing, but once CapCut had dropped and became popular and I began using that, I have never switched up on CapCut. For my thumbnails, I use PixArt. Other people use Canva. I've heard they use the AI ones now. I haven't gotten into that as of lately. But yeah, I stick to PixArt for my thumbnails and I stick to CapCut for my editing, and that's really what that is. And I don't even think I'm going to edit this video. I think I'm just going to post it. I want to start uploading more videos where it's like it's not just clips of everything. I kind of just want to start talking to y'all and let it go like that. And other videos I will be editing just because that's what I want to do, but it's going to be a little mix up between the two. But let me know what type of content y'all want more of. But overall, thank y'all for staying subscribed. Thank y'all for staying a journey with me. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, if you really want to get into content creation, the best time is right now. Yeah, so it's Lancy Raw. Thank y'all for staying subscribed.